Do you want to improve your English? Well, that's what this lesson will help you do. In today's lesson, we are going to study 5 of the most common English phrases. Let's go. In today's lesson, we are going to study some common English collocations. A collocation is when you put 2 or 3 words together to make a new word, a new phrase. In today's lesson, we are going to study 5 of some of the most common English phrases. These phrases are very important. They are basic phrases, but it is important that you know them, that you understand them, so you can use them in your speaking. These phrases are used very commonly by English native speakers. We use it in our conversations. When we're watching movies or TV, we can hear it in those. So these phrases are very, very common. So it's important that you know them. Now, if you have studied a collocation lesson with me before, then you understand that today I will explain all of the 5 words. I will give you an example sentence. And at the end, I will give you a quiz. I will give you a test where you can test your knowledge of the collocations. If this is your first time, then I've just explained. So today we will go over 5 phrases, 5 collocations, and there will be a test at the end. So make sure you watch until the end. Also, for some of you who are just joining me for the first time, I have many of these vocabulary lessons. So make sure you check those out as well. It's a great way to improve your speaking because you're building your vocabulary. Okay, let's get started. Number 1, first collocation is catch a flight. Catch a flight. This means that you are going to fly on an airplane. You are going to travel by an airplane. So you're going to use or take an airplane. Now, we often use catch in this situation, and sometimes for other types of vehicles, we also say catch. So if you know some other examples, I'll give you one example. We catch a bus. Okay. Today's lesson is catch a flight. That means we're going to take an airplane. Catch a bus means we take a bus. Do you know any other examples of catch plus a vehicle? If you do, please leave it down in the comments section. A great example sentence for this collocation is, I have to catch a flight to New York tomorrow. I have to catch a flight to New York tomorrow. Number 2, put on weight. Put on weight. This means you have gained weight. You have increased your weight. Okay, so that means your weight is getting bigger. A great example sentence for this collocation is, I always put on weight during the winter. All right, this means that I always gain weight during the winter. Number 3, take time off. Take time off. This means you take a holiday, or you take a break from work. That means you don't go to work. So that in that situation, we say take time off. A great example sentence for this is, I took some time off to see my family. I took some time off to see my family. Number 4, answer the door. This means that you go and you open the door because someone has knocked on it or rung the doorbell. So you go and you open the door. A great example sentence for this phrase is, someone is at the door. Can you answer it? Someone's at the door. Can you answer it? And number 5, get changed. Get changed means you change your clothes. You change your clothes. A good example sentence for this collocation is, I need to get changed before I go out. I need to get changed before I go out. Okay, so those were 5 of the most common English collocations. Did you understand all 5 of these? If it was a little bit difficult, or if you don't understand something, please rewatch my explanations. Or you can ask me any question you have down below. I will always answer all of your questions. And while you're at it, if you think these vocabulary words, these collocations will help your English, please subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell. Okay, so now that we have gone over the 5 collocations and now we understand the meaning, next, let's do our test. Let's move to the active part of this lesson. In this test, I am going to give you a sentence, and there will be a blank space. Please choose the correct collocation vocabulary word to complete the sentence. Number 1, she hurried to the airport to something for her vacation. What collocation will you put for this question? All right, the correct answer for this is, she hurried to the airport to catch a flight for her vacation. To catch a flight. Okay, so did you get that correct? If not, don't worry, we have 4 more questions. Number 2, after the holidays, he noticed he had something because of all of the festive meals. What is your answer? The answer for this is, after the holidays, he noticed he had gained weight because of all of the festive meals. So he had gained weight. So festive meals means all of the food that goes with that festival, goes with that holiday. So maybe for Christmas, a lot of people in America will be eating turkey or maybe a ham and mashed potatoes, and there's lots of cakes and cookies, and eggnog and gingerbread houses. So you eat a lot of festive food. So he gained weight. Number 3. Before the party, she needed to something into her fancy dress. What is your answer for this? All right, the answer for this is before the party, she needed to get dressed into her fancy dress. She needed to get dressed. Number 4. When the doorbell rang, he went to something to see who was there. What is your answer? Okay, the correct answer for this is when the doorbell rang, he went to answer the door to see who was there. He went to answer the door. And number 5, the last question in today's test. I need to something to recharge. What is your answer for this last question? All right, the correct answer here is I need to take time off to recharge. I need to take time off to recharge. Okay, so how did you do? Did you get all 5 of those right? If not, don't worry. You can always try again. Today, we're going over 5 of some of the most commonly used collocation vocabulary words. These phrases are used a lot by native speakers. They're not advanced vocabulary, but they are very, very important. So I really suggest you try to use these words in your conversation. Now, my advice, the best way to remember these words and the best way to become comfortable to use these words is you should practice making some of these sentences yourself. And if you think today's lesson was useful, if you think it will help your English, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. Give me a thumbs up and hit the notification bell. I have a lot of these collocation vocabulary lessons, so make sure you check those out as well. Even if you have watched them, it's a good way to review your English by rewatching it and retesting yourself. Now remember, don't forget to give me your 5 original sentences down below. All right, so until the next lesson, see ya. Thank you very much for watching today's lesson. Today we went over 5 of some of the most common English vocabulary words. These words will help you speak more fluently. If you like today's lesson, please subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell. Until the next lesson, see ya.